Okay, Gala Games. Big news out there today. Bitcoin set a new all-time high, and we go over here to the crypto bubbles. Well, that's for the last hour. We want to get out here for the day. Let's click on the day here and look. Um, Look at that. That's some nice, decent pops out there, right? And that's with Bitcoin hitting a new all-time high. Wait till that Bitcoin dominance rolls over. These numbers are going to get unbelievably massive. Here's for the last week. Right here, a little bit of red. Had some corrections out there, right? Can't go straight up. You got to build stairs on your way up. And here's for the month. Look at some of these numbers. Unbelievable, right? Where's Gala on here? Let's pull it up. Just easier for me to go up top and find it. There it is. Ooh, we got break and beam. Good. I have a short in beam, so that's very good news. Fantastic. That's what I was looking for. Got a bunch of trades over there in Discord. Well, that went off, I might as well tell you. If you want to sign up, that's a level 3 membership. It's $15. You can come over, especially with an alt season coming, guys. We're going to hammer this. And there's also links to a few leverage trading sites I use. There's Weeks, Bit2Nix, and Margex in the link description of the video if you want to sign up for one of those. I use Bit2Nix quite a bit. But check out the Discord. You get 10 hours of videos to teach you how to start charting. You get your $15 worth, right? And try the Discord out, especially if you leverage trade. That's what we do over there. This trade here, I just hit on Beam. I'm already in that short, so I don't have to stop my video, but it looked like it was going anyway. But we have a bunch of trades out there today over in Discord we're looking to hit. So you try it out, man. I think you'll enjoy it. Gala, rank number 84, market cap 877.07, and 24-hour volume 163 million. All right, so we're about $750 million market cap. For the month, we're up 24%. Rank number 84. All right, and that's good. Yeah, you want the higher ranking tokens. You know the reason why. If you're in the top 10, you know how much money it takes to move Bitcoin or XRP or Cardano, ADA. You know how much money it takes, billions of dollars to move them tokens, right? $50 million worth of Bitcoin isn't going to move it. A smidgen. $50 million on Gala, that's going to move it, right? It takes a lot less money to move that chart, okay, than it does them real high rank tokens. Now let's go over here. I do want to show you real quick. Oh yeah. Well, for instance, here's a Pepe trade we're working on. I was just looking at this chart. You can see right here. We put this over in Discord. It's forming a wedge here. As soon as this wedge breaks, we'll wait for the break, just like this here. Just give you an idea. If you're not real familiar with trading, I'm sure most of you are. Most people are returning viewers. You get the breakdown. When it comes back up here for the retest, that's when you enter the trade, and then you write it down. That's if you get the breakdown, right? And these trades, just this one move right here, say you were in this on a 20x, right? It's going to move. Let's get a measurement here. Basically you take the inside of the wedge, measure it, and that gives you your, I would use the fib on this too, but I'm just trying to give you an idea, right? So you go on a 20x leverage, right? And this trade breaks down to there. That's a 23% move. On a 20x leverage, you would 4x your money. So if you had $100 on that, you would make $400 in profit. Actually, 430 bucks. One trade. Okay. If you had 15 bucks on it, you'd make $60. Okay, so you can make your money back real quick for for the $15 it costs you. Just the videos alone are worth that. But 10 hours videos, so go check it out, guys. But this is one of the trades we have in there, Pepe. I think this thing's going to break down and do an ABC, quite honestly. But what I was doing here was taking you over to show you Bitcoin real quick, this new all-time high, and Bitcoin dominance, to see what it's doing, because it is getting stretched out, okay? It is on the verge of rolling over. Bitcoin dominance, and Bitcoin hit our target. We had target. I'll show you on the next page. Bitcoin dominance came right back up into this box we were talking about, just like the last thing I showed you guys with the breakdown. Right, you get the breakdown, the retest comes back up. That's where you enter the trade, and then you write it down. Same thing's going to happen here with dominance. I apologize if you hear the Tweety bird outside of my window there. Yeah, I love them. There goes. Yeah, that's Beam. It must have came and retested it or something. But anyway, Bitcoin dominance getting towards the end here, okay? And on an hourly chart, you can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, and a fifth wave. Okay, this is what we had yesterday. What I put in yesterday's videos. Now this last wave could, if we take a measurement, head right up to here to about a 64.5. That's about the 702 Fibonacci level there. And inside of this, you can see you got 5 waves. Well, he sounds pretty anyway, huh? The bird. It's like, hey man, beat it, dude. I'm doing some videos here, we have bird feeders all over outside, but that's where you would end up going here, right? That's what we're looking for, about 64.5, and then getting a massive breakdown here. That's when we're going to make a pile of money in Discord, right? That's what we've been waiting for, this breakdown, and that is what's going to fill the pocketbook, right? Or bank account, however you want to put it. Now, if we go in here, let's go on a 4-hour. Because this trend line, we got the break here, coming back for a retest. Oh yeah, it's turning red right there on the 4-hour. Look at this, getting rejected. Now, if this falls, maybe it's done here. Maybe it's going to do a double top, 1, 2, double top, roll over, dead. That could very well be happening too. It doesn't have to go up here to 64.5. Anywhere in this zone, it's done, right? This box, it's not going to make it out of that box. Jeez, man, he's getting annoying, huh? Wow, I'm ready to open my window and say, hey, beat it. All right, over on Bitcoin, there was our target from yesterday. 110, 254, and it came up to 109, 874. And it might, let's see here. It's a 4-hour, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That could be it right there, And I always tell people it doesn't have to hit that right on the 1618 on the head. It's like a measuring stick, but it works pretty well. Normally I say something, like this. Anywhere in the box up here, because sometimes they go the whole way to the 1.618. Sometimes they go past it, and sometimes they do this. They end right before it, all right? So Bitcoin hit our target from yesterday, 110,000, actually 109,000, almost 110. Unbelievable, right? Unbelievable. There it is, new all-time high. Let's get that box off there. Delete that. You got to see that, right? There it is. Brand new all-time high for Bitcoin, right up there. That is awesome. Yeah, congratulations everybody if you own Bitcoin. That's quite the accomplishment, and I think it has a ways to go yet here. All right, I think it has about another 20,000 bucks left in it, up to about 131. I think that's what we're working on here. We came up through with the 618, 702 here, and the 786. We're through the danger areas here. It should be heading up towards 131. Now we might have an ABC here, a correction. Now that we finished that shot to 110, if we look at the RSIs, I apologize here, I can't pull them up on this I have two trading view pages open for some reason. My RSIs, I must have took them off here, but I'd be expecting some kind of correction here out of Bitcoin. Now, if we go over to Gala, look at this chart, man. What? You know what I mean? This is a moneymaker here. These are the ones you want to have, to be holding, you know, just to get back. Whoa. Wow. Yeah. You know, most stuff out there to get back to the retracements is like a 5x, 3x, you know, 7x. Gala is unbelievable. This just to get back to retracement. All right, if we go right from where we're at right now, we're right about what? Right about there. Pull it up to the 618, that's a 21x. To the 702, that is a 30x. Oh my God. Yeah, if you're leverage trading this, the 618, you see how this lines up right over here with a monthly resistance level right here, right there at 22.5%. Just imagine if you had 20x leverage on this, right? 20x leverage, and this does a 22x times 20 is what, a 420x. So if you had $1,000 on this on leverage, and this all worked out like this. This is not financial advice. None of the stuff I say is. Do your own research, guys, please. But that is not my profession. But for instance, for the video's sake, 22x times 20 is a 420x. So $1,000, you're possibly 420 grand. Isn't that crazy? And it is. That's nuts. And you know, and some of you guys out there know the story. I got Gala when it first launched. 250,000 Gala for $37. $37 right off BitTrue. That's where I got it. BitTrue. BITRUE. I got it right on there. Must have been the first day it launched or something. I was like, oh, anything that has games in it, I'll take a shot at it. So literally less than two $20 bills, and it went to 84 cents. So if I would have sold the top, you're talking 200 grand, $200,000 for a $37 investment. That's not too shabby, huh? What is that? Is that a I have no idea. It's 800x. I don't even know in my head. 700x, something like that. It's quite a bit. But anyway, if we zoom in on Gala down here, we're at a really crucial area here. All right, I was looking at this before the video. If you zoom in here, right, we are at this on the monthly chart. You can see all through here, right? We got one that we just got through right there, okay, at 0.019 monthly closes. Okay, there is numerous ones here. One here, two here. There's number 4, 5, 6. These ones over here are close, but we could move it up here just for, you know, and just to count all of these because these two are so close, and we're right on the verge of breaking this next one at what's it at? 0.0197. Okay, the live we're at 0.0196 right now, but you can see the numerous closes, right? I mean, in fact, yeah, we'll just leave it right there. 19, might as well call it 0.01970. Okay, look at all these. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12 monthly closes down here that Gala's fighting to get back through. All right, all that resistance. So once that happens, you know, once it gets up through there, and I'm sure it will, I would imagine so. You know, once it gets back up there, then you want to see it retest that now as support, and then bounce off of that. That's what we want to see here. You know, you get up there. That's going to be crucial. Then we have another set up here at about 2.2, you know, and we have monthly. Then they start spreading out more up here at 4. That's going to be another one between you know, 3.9 and 4.1. Yeah, 4.1. That's another big one. But you can, once we get out to a certain point, look at these big gaps out here. You know, and all these gaps, normally fair value gaps always get filled, right? And the last one runs, we have one up here. There's a big fair value gap up here. You would expect to get filled. Look at these. They're all. There's not one here. We got a wick up through here. Okay, but and now there's no third candle out here. I was gonna say here, but you know, they're all through here. These are huge. This is gonna get filled. You know, up past 21 cents, and we're at what, 2 cents now. So that's a 10x just to get up here to fill this fair value gap. All right, so I see Gala doing some pretty big things. No question in my mind about it. I am very thrilled to be a Gala holder, and there's definitely some big stuff coming here. Now let's take a look at some other things here. All right, we have this overhead resistance. Once this gets up here and breaks this, I think this price is going to fly. And these gaps over here, that's another good thing. You're going to see massive price movements. Like right here, you're going to see a big price movement. You know, from what, 9.5 up to about 13, and then it might get a stop there, and then what, 13 up to, there's a big gap, no resistance, 13 up to 19. You're going to have a big massive move there, you know, and as it goes up, there's less and less resistance up here, so the bigger the moves can get, you know. Once it gets up past here, look at this, what's this at, 26. All right, the next resistance is up here at 44. Okay, so this is the kind of move that you could see it doing. You know, I could see it doing this in a day or two. You know, what is that? That's a 70% move. Yeah, in a full-blown alt season, I could see that happening in a day or two for sure. No question about it. And here's another big one if it gets up through there. You know, and then what if it breaks out up here? You know, these were huge moves here. All right, this is monthly, of course. But you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 monthly candles. You know, you're back down at the bottom here. But then some big areas for Gala to get through right now. Like we said, right where we're at, that 2 cent level is massive. Right down here, might as well call it 2 cents. Okay, you're going to want to see it get through there, the 2, and then 2, 2, 2, 3. All right, then we start getting away from some of these big monthly closes down here, and then I think it will have some air to breathe. You know, then it can start making some really nice moves. But right now it's just running into all this resistance, but it's breaking through it. It really is. I mean, look at this thing. It's breaking through there now. Look, it's peeking its head up through there. 1966, 1967. You know, look at this thing. It's strong. No question. The Gala right now is very strong. You got the monthly RSI. Look at this thing, just turning to the upside. All right, so it's getting ready to go. I mean, it shot the whole way up to 2076 here this month, right here. Look at this wick, came the whole way up here. So it's showing a lot of strength, no question. The weekly RSI still heading up, right? Still heading to the upside. This looks good. Looks like it's doing a 5-way pattern here to me. Right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, then a 5th wave up here. That's exactly what it looks like. You know, pushing up through here. And let's take a look here at the daily. Daily's coming down. Yeah, that's good. That thing's almost corrected already. That's great news. Didn't really want to see it at the top here. 2, 3. We have a 5-way pattern through here. Might have right through here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's on the daily, but that daily's almost reset. No bearish divergence down here. The 12-hour is turning to the upside. You got your 4-hour right at the very top. All right, what I would be watching here for Gala, I'm going to be 100% honest with you, is for a push. you know, it's right at that point. Let's look at the wave counts here, right? Go out in a 12-hour. All right, oops, let's get that off there. Open this chart up. Get rid of the RSI, and take a look at something here. Get that off there. There we go. That's a lot better. All right, we're fighting that area right now. You can see here that when we flip this one. Whoops, sorry about that. I don't know why it went back. Because I hit my button too quick or something. But you can see when we flip this resistance into support, that's what we're doing. We're retesting it, right? This was all resistance down through here. Came up, hit it, got rejected, busted through it, retested it. Okay, that's what you're going to want to see the whole way up here. Just you know, breaks of resistance and then retests. You know, once this one breaks, retest that one, and so on, and right up the line here. But it looks like it possibly, no, that would have violated it. This dip here came down too deep. That would have been in there. So it looks like we're on a 1, 2, 3, 4, and possibly a fifth wave up here. If this works out to the upside, you know, this is shorter term. This is with, you know, the next week, 3 to 5 days, whatever. You know, if this heads up and does a fifth wave, I'd be looking for it to get up into this area here, 02674, and that would give you right here. That would give you 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, as long as it plays out like that. I don't believe this here is a 1, 2. You know, this just dips a little too low in here. Let's go on a like a daily and see what that looks like. Oh boy, you know, it is so close, right? Any of you guys out there count Elliott waves, you know what I'm getting at. It violates it. You know, if it comes down over top and violates wave 1, then it's really not legit. But man, oh man, is this thing, look at this. It sure looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to me. You know, anybody out there that's real good with Elliott waves, even the guys that aren't, you can see 5 waves there, right? I mean, come on. This absolutely looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. You know, blow off fifth wave. But it violates the count here. I mean, it comes down too low. You know, it has a wick way down to here. You know, it's to say closing candles are what matters, but we have closing candles above here too. You know, comes down in. So technically, you should not count that as a wave 1, 2. You know, and it has a perfect. For a wave 2, it has a perfect pullback here, probably a 50%. That's perfect for a wave 2. That's what you normally have. There it is, 50% retracement. See it right on the dot, the green line. It's a 50% retracement. Wave 2s are normally 50%. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, we might have to take this into consideration here. All right. So there's two things going on here. Either we're getting a fifth wave up here, up into this section up here. Okay. Let's put a little. Whoops. Sorry about that. Please hit that like and subscribe too, guys. I'd appreciate that so much. And if you do leverage trade any of the sites you sign up for or looking at in the description of the video, please use the link for us. We get credit for that, and I would very much appreciate that. Now, if it doesn't do this fifth wave, all right, you'd be looking for a correction, correct? I mean, that's what we'd be looking for here. If technically we have 5 waves here. Technically we don't. But if we do, all right, I mean, as this was low, you had the lower high, lower low, not a higher high, but a higher low, and higher high than here, higher low, higher high, higher low. Yeah, I don't know. But one thing we're going to have to keep an eye on here, when this thing, if it retraces back up here towards the 618, 702, that's what you're going to want to see this get through, okay? Right up here. And if it doesn't, then we're probably doing an ABC. Let's go a little bit tighter here. 8 hour, about a 4 hour. There we go. Okay, this spot right up in here, is your 618702. You're gonna have, for a wave 5 to go up there, it's gonna have to break through this. Okay, this price level right here. Okay, 2122, right around there. You're going to want to see this get up through there. If it gets through here, then that's our target up here, 2674. Right? If it gets rejected here, you know, say this thing, you know, comes down, we get up here and it gets rejected and rolls over, then we have an ABC coming in. Okay, and that would mean that was 5 waves. And we have an ABC coming. Another thing to watch for, because I'm looking at this chart and it looks like it to me. It looks like 5 waves down. All right, I trade this pattern a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's what it looks like to me. All right, and this wave 4. Let's see here. How far did wave 1 come down? It came down pretty deep, but this is right on top of here, and you know, if that's working out, then I would expect it not to get up here. Okay, I'd probably expect it to roll over from here and head down for a 5th wave. Now, where could these, you know, if this works out like this, say it comes up and does the ABC first, right? Let me put this back on here. If it does do an ABC, what would be a target for it? All right, so I'll show you here. Say it does the A, B wave comes up here to 0.0215 and rolls over, right? Then you'd have a target down here, 0.016. Seems pretty low, down at 0.016. Okay, we're going to turn that a different color. How about blue? White. Oops, this one here, white. The white's different from our trend line there. All right, and if it hits the 702 and rolls over, then you're looking at that there. All right, so you'd be looking at a box right into this area here. Right about there. Okay. Now, if it's doing a 5th wave, this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where would the target be for that? Alright, let's see. Okay, just about the same, I guarantee it. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. You go from your here, take your fib up, and look at that, 0.01665. So, regardless of anything, alright, whether it's doing an ABC or 5 waves down, either one, you know, correction wise, say it comes up here, gets rejected, it's coming down here. If it just stops right here, rolls over, it's coming down here. If it gets through this area, that 2.2, then it's coming up to 2.6, all right, 2.674. We're just gonna have to keep an eye on this, right? I mean, that's the big thing. I would definitely say that you know, if it comes up and gets through, let's put this on a little bit higher. How about a 12? What's 12 look like? Oops, delete that. That looks a lot better. Yeah, you know, as far as a 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, possibly a 5th wave down. You know, if it comes up and takes this area out, all right, that's at that 2.128. That would be your wave 1, the bottom of wave 1. Of course, that's right up around 6.182. All right, but if it takes that area out, you know, then the 5 waves is over. But let's keep it simple, okay? Keep it simple. Keep it simple, stupid. Remember that saying? Have you ever heard that? Maybe you're too young for that. But if it comes up to the 0.022 and it gets through this box, this would be the next target. If it comes up to the 0.021298, let's put a fib on it back on here. It's right about, well, that's perfect because I can get it good enough. All right, say it comes up and gets through the 0.022. There's your target. It comes up here and gets rejected and rolls over, you know, then this is your target down here. All right, let's get a Put it right in the middle. All right. Now, if it doesn't make it any higher, and takes this low out down here at 0.0182, takes that low out, it's coming down here. Okay. So yeah, make it really simple. If it gets through this box, there's your target. If it gets rejected at this box, here's your target. All right. Simple as that. And where would that put this thing? Let's like go out on a weekly here and look at pullbacks. Okay. That box and that white line. Oh wow, yeah. This looks really good on a weekly. Holy cow, that looks really good to me. Yeah, I don't know if you're gonna get this pulled down here. Yeah, you might get correction here, but wow, I can see it. Plain as day. Plain as day. Wow, that's beautiful. You got a 1, 2, 3. This 3 might not be done yet. 4, back to retest on top of 1. And 5, to the upside here. And this is on a weekly chart, right? This is a weekly time frame. Each one of these candles represent a week. That's what that looks like to me. You're just starting, had a 3, could be a 4th wave pullback here, and then a push up. Got a real good shot of it making it up through this area, I think. Just from looking at back there at that at the weekly chart. So we'll see what happens, guys. And then, like I said, it gets up here, makes it through. 2674 is your next target. Gets rejected if it loses this low. If it takes out this area down here, let's point it out. If it takes out that, right down here is your target area, and then back to the upside. All right. If it gets up to here, expect an ABC after that. Well, I'll be back before that. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. Hit that like and subscribe, please. I'd appreciate that so much. Go check out that level 3 membership. Helps the channel out a ton. Helps you out. Believe me, we got 170 members in there. We got a lot of great traders in there. And we just put out a bunch of super trades today. And I'll talk to you soon. Thanks a lot.